Hey Flawless Skin Gang, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Selek Khalil, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for stopping by. Now on this channel, we'll do skincare DIY recipes, skincare product reviews. I teach you about skincare and everything that has to do with beauty, fashion, and so much more. So if any of what I have mentioned is something that you're interested in, then you definitely want to hit the subscribe button down below. Hit the notification bell so you will be notified every time I put out a new video, and also do well to leave me your comments if any of our videos has been helpful to you. Now on this video, I'm going to be I'm going to be teaching you or talking to you about how you can properly write a cosmetic recipe. Okay, now a lot of people when they buy my ebook, they go, oh, the ebook is too big, it's too intimidating, I can't, I just want something that you just show me how many teaspoons of this, how many tablespoons of that. And in my head I'm like, that's not cosmetic formulation. That's not how you create a recipe or how you write a recipe. So on this video today, I'm going to talk to you quickly about how you can properly write a cosmetic recipe. Now there are so many wrong recipes out there. I'm going to try to put one here for you guys to see something, you know, an example of a bad or a wrong recipe. Now you should always write your recipes in batches. Now I get a lot of messages from a lot of you. You send me messages and you say you want to just make 3 500 ml containers of lotion, and in my head I'm like, that's not how you measure your batch. That's not how you create a recipe or you write a formula. Make to properly write a cosmetic recipe, you have to start with what batch size you want to make. Say for example, you want to make 1 kg of cream. Your 1 kg has to sum up to 100%. What this means is all your ingredients that you're using for that recipe has to come up to 100%. And how does this happen? You have to always write your ingredients or your recipes in percentage. Why you can't write in teaspoons and volumes and all of that is because of scalability. This helps you, writing in percentage helps you create the same recipe, create the same results, whether you're making a small batch or you're making a large batch. It doesn't matter. As far as you're writing your recipes in percentage, you can always scale up and do the same recipe. You can make it in a large batch of product or in a small scale of product. I don't know if you guys are following. The next thing that you want to look at when you are creating a cosmetic recipe or a cosmetic formula is, why are you creating this recipe? What is this product for? What do you want this product to do for you? Now, if you are creating an anti-aging product, you want to make sure you understand what age range of people you are making the product for, the ingredients you're using, how do they interact with each other, how do they work with each other, what are the pH of these ingredients, how can you combine them, and so many other things that you need to talk about or you need to put into consideration when creating your recipe. Now, the names of your ingredients has to be specific. Now, it's not enough to just say, I want to use emulsifying wax. There are so many kinds of emulsifying waxes. I'm going to try to put a screenshot here or a picture here for you guys to see. When you Google emulsifying wax and you want to buy an emulsifying wax, you see that there are so many of them. There are so many of them. Now, the name of your ingredient has to be very, very specific, because every country, every supplier has a different way that they describe a product, but there is an international nomenclature cosmetic ingredient that is universal to everybody, and once you use those language or those ingredient names, everybody knows that this is what you're trying to say. It's not enough to just say I want to buy xanthan gum, or I want to buy emulsifying wax, or I want to buy vitamin E. There are different kinds or different grades or different levels of vitamin E. There's the natural one, there's the synthetic one. Which one are you trying to get? There's the one that actually protects your product from spoilage. There are the ones that actually fight free radicals in your skin. There are so many kinds of vitamin E. I can give you a recipe and say emulsifying wax, but I'm using a different kind of emulsifying wax, and you make the product and it doesn't come out the way I said it was going to come out. Is because we're not using the same ingredient. But when you write your recipe, your formula, and you put out the ingredient name according to how it is recognized internationally, that way, wherever you are buying your cosmetic ingredient, they will know that, okay, this is what you are trying to purchase. Now, like I said earlier, a cosmetic ingredient can have variety of various chemical names. There's the IUPAC name, there's the common name, there's the case name, and so on and so forth. So the use of harmonized names can minimize the barrier that often hinders the consumer understanding and international trade. You have different kinds of ingredients. There are different ingredients names for, or case names for each country or each supplier. I'm going to put an example of different kinds of e-wax and different kinds of vitamin E and xanthan gum and oils and all of that, because your oils have different grades as well. You have the natural oil, you have the extract oil, there are so many different kinds of oils. If you want to say I want coconut oil, for example, coconut oil has different grades of that. You have the cold pressed, you have the organic coconut oil, there are different kinds of coconut oils that you can use in your formula, and you have to be specific. Because if you go to a supplier and say, I want to buy coconut oil, they might send you a different kind of coconut oil that your recipe calls for. So your recipe has to be specific. Say, for example, that you want to write a recipe and then give it to a company or a manufacturer that will bulk produce this product for you. They might end up using a whole total different kind of ingredients from what you have written for them, because you have not used the recognized name that is used to identify these ingredients internationally. Now, your common names like your Seppi White, Snow White, and all of that, kojic acid and all, can go on your label as ingredients that is contained in your product. But when you're creating your formula, you have to make sure that you're writing your formula or your ingredients names in the names that are recognized internationally, so you don't end up buying something else and using it for something else, and at the end of the day you don't get the results that you are looking for. Now, you need to write your recipe or your formula in phases, okay? You have your phase A, you have your phase B, you have your phase C, have your phase D, and so on and so forth, so that you know what goes where, when it goes where, and all of that. Now, instead of saying you're mixing your Seppi White, you're mixing your this, you're mixing your that, you can just say I'm mixing my phase A into my phase B, and then your cool down phase is your phase E, or whatever, however you place it. But you have to make sure you write your formula in phases. Now, another thing that you have to put into consideration is your temperature, okay? Now, we often see where we tell you guys, okay, you heat your oil and waxes in a double boiler, and then you heat it to so. I think I have a few videos where I actually mentioned how hot your water should be or how hot your oils should be. Now you have to write your formula in a way that whoever is reading that formula will understand that this product actually goes into this product at this temperature, and it has to cool down to a certain temperature before something else can be added or your different phases can be added. That way you are arriving at a particular result all the time. Always specify your temperatures. Different products or different emulsifiers or different oils or different ingredients call for different temperature range. So if you're writing your formula, make sure you indicate at what stage should a particular phase be added to heat, at what phase it should cool down to add your cool down phase, and so on and so forth. Now, another thing that is very important when creating your formula is stirring. Now, stirring simply means, when you basically blend your emulsifiers and your oils and waters together to create a creamy product. Now, when you say you are stirring, at what shear are you stirring? Are you stirring at a high shear or at a low shear? I know a lot of us don't even know what shear means. Shear simply means the amount of stress that is imparted into the liquid and the suspended particles. The amount of shear that the product gets is dictated by the kind of blender you're using, the blade design, and also the rotational speed. So when you say blend your oil and water together, at what shear are you blending that? Now, I know that when creating a creamy product, you need a high shear to create that cream consistency. Now, if you are trying to create a stable product, you want your product to stay for a long period of time, or you don't want your product to separate in the long run, you have to make sure that your blender is powerful enough to create a high shear, which will end up combining your oil and water together to create a very stable cream product. Okay, I hope I'm not confusing you guys. If you have any questions, leave your comment in the comment section. I'll be very glad to come on here and answer them. I didn't say send me a WhatsApp message, please. I said leave your comments in the comment section, and I will definitely come back here and take my time to answer your question. Now, another thing is your end point. Your end point is basically what a particular product should be like when you create your formula. So let's take, for example, that we are combining xanthan gum and glycerin, and we are adding it into our phase B, which will be our hot water. Now, how do you know that that particular phase is complete? How do you, what's the end point? What do you look out for? Because you can't say, okay, I want to keep this product to boil for a certain period of time, because if you are counting it by time, if you're timing it, it means that it won't be possible, because a small batch of product timing for heat will not be the same as a very large batch of product timing. I don't know if that makes sense. So how do you know what your end result or end point should be? Say, for example, you're using xanthan gum and glycerin, you're combining it together or mixing it together, and then you're adding it to your hot water phase. What should you look out for? How do you know that that particular phase is complete? You know that it is complete once a homogeneous gel has formed. That's how you know that that particular phase has been complete. Now, if we're heating phase A, phase B, and then we're combining it to phase C, how do you know that that particular phase has been complete, as in how do you understand or how do you tell what the end point of a particular product should be. You know you have reached your end point when you see a very glossy looking emulsion. Okay, that you've mixed your glycerin, your emulsifiers, and you've mixed your water together. How do you know that that particular phase is now complete and you can now keep your product to cool down for the next phase? You know this when you have seen a very beautiful glossy looking emulsion. Then you can tell that you have reached the end point for that phase, and you can now cool down the product and get ready for the cool down phase, which is the next phase. Always make sure that you write out your pH. At what pH do you want this product to work on? Now, a lot of people take this phase for granted, but this is the phase that either makes your product or breaks your product. Because if your product is not at the right pH, then you end up having a product that will spoil in a very short period of time, and you see that you have just wasted your time, wasted your money and your energy. To create a stable product, you need a very tight pH range. Now, remember that when you make your product, over time, your pH, your consistency, your viscosity, a lot of all these things change. So you want to make sure you're creating your formula in a way that over time, even when your pH on everything has adjusted in the product, you still have a product that will last and stay for up to 2-3 years. Because if your product pH is not tight enough, is not on the accurate point enough, then you will see that over time your product begins to change color, begins to change in smell, begins to separate, and so many other things that come with unstable products. Now, when creating your recipe or formula, you cannot tell whether you will need pH adjusters or not. So it's best you create your formula, create the product, and then test the pH. When you test the pH, you will know whether you need to add citric acid or you need to add lye or sodium hydroxide to either increase the pH or reduce the pH of your product. So all of these things and so many other things are things that you should always look out for, always make sure you put into consideration when creating a cosmetic formula. It's not just enough to write your products in tablespoons. It's wrong. Now, I may decide to write those recipes and make it easy for you, because a lot of people are looking for the easier way out. Nobody wants to sit down and actually put work into it and learn these things so that it's easy for them. At the end of the day, I keep telling my clients and my students and anybody who is buying my ebook and my courses, if I just come on and then I write out 1 tablespoon of e-wax, 1 tablespoon of cetyl acid, 1 tablespoon of that, 1 tablespoon of this, you have no idea what I have done. You have no idea how you can calculate your recipe. You have no idea how you can convert your percentages. You have no idea what is going on. All you have as at that time is just a simple guide that I gave you to do. You will end up keep paying money, keep looking for where you will get recipes, because I get a lot of messages. People come to me and say, they have spent money everywhere, they are not learning anything. And most of the time, it is not even the instructor's fault, because most of these people are not ready to learn. 95% of people don't want to learn. They don't have time to sit down to read. I get some people send me messages and say, oh, your ebook is too voluminous, it's too big, it's too complicated, I cannot read it. And I'm like, wow. So you want something that I will just give you recipes and then you go on and you make these products. How do you even tell whether these products are okay, if they are good, if you are doing the right thing or not, when you have no knowledge of the foundation and things that you're supposed to know before you even start making production. It's just like going to driving school. Once you go to a driving school, they don't just give you keys and put you in the driver's seat. No. Before you start doing your practicals or before you enter the car to drive on the road, they actually take their time to teach you road signs, teach you about your car, teach you about so many things that come with moving your car. It's not just to move the car. It's not enough to move the car. It is knowing things that are that govern the movement of the car. I don't know if I'm passing across a message. So this video is just a quick one. I just felt like I should, drop this simple points for people who are interested in learning how you can create a proper recipe. So this is basically a guide for people who are intending or who are making products on a small scale and they are struggling with this little information. This is just for you to be able to pick yourself up and then get the ball running. Now we have our ebooks, which are very, very, very affordable. It's 10,000 naira. Please don't call me and tell me, oh, I said it's 5,000. I said it's 5,000 last year. Last year has passed. This is the new year. The ebook is 10,000 naira. The ebook will help you with these things, this topic that I have just talked about today. It will help you push you into the right direction of formulation. And then we also have our advanced course, which is our training courses, but we don't have any more group training. And also, if you want to get that course as well, it is it's advanced, like the ingredients and everything that we talk about in that course are on an advanced level. So if you are not advanced, you should start with the ebook. Start with the ebook. It will help you build you to the point where you'll be confident enough to take the higher courses, which will introduce you to even bigger ingredients, bigger topics, and you can get your business running and you can learn on your own at your own pace. We send you all the class materials. You take your time at your own pace, read through it. If you have any questions, you send your questions. We also give you assignments as well, so you take your time to build, and we are always here to assist you, make sure you're on the right track. And so if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please take this time to subscribe down below, hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I put out a new video. And also I will be glad to read your comments in the comment section, so please do well to leave your comments in the comment section and give this video a thumbs up. So yes, I hope that this little discussion is beneficial. I hope that you will pick something out of it, and it will help you create better recipes and better formulas and get you on the track to becoming a proper skincare formulator. Don't forget, we still have our ebooks, we have our products, we have our cost outlines, and we are open for bulk orders. So if you don't have the time to create products and but you really want to go into the business of skincare formulation, or you want to start selling products that are safe, I always tell my customers that my products are 95% natural. The 5% is the processing of the ingredients. Okay, my products are very safe enough for a child to use. Yes, that's how safe they are. And no, I don't sell products that will whiten you in 1 week. Give your body time to adapt to the product and then start working. At least give your skin up to 3 weeks to take in the product, and then you will see tremendous results. I use my products. I am very proud of my products. So I hope you guys love it too. So we have our products available for you. We have different range of products. We also have products for dark skin people. We don't just make products for light skin people. We also have products for dark skin people. If your skin has been bleached and you want to repair it and bring it back to its natural complexion, we also have products for you. We have different range of products. So yes, Thank you guys. I'm sorry, I'm a bit I'm a bit down. I don't know if you can tell from my face or from my eyes. I'm a little under the weather. I don't know what's going on with me, but I'm trying to make sure I wanted to make sure I put out this video because it's been a long time. I didn't post anything last week, and I'm trying to put out 2 videos for each week. So please bear with me. I'm trying. These days I'm working by myself, so it is becoming tedious again like it used to be, but I'm going to work on that and get things rolling again. What else did I want to say? We are open for sponsorships, so if you want to sponsor any of our videos, or you want us to promote any of your products, as far as they're not creams and all of that, we're open for sponsorships, we're open for collabs, we're open for promotions and all of that. So if you have any of those questions, please use my email down below, and make sure you are following me on social media. I am trying as much as possible to post on there too, so make sure you are following me on socials. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope that this video was beneficial to you. I can't wait to see you guys in my next video. If you have any questions, reservations, and you want us to talk about anything that you're having issues with, let me know. If it's something that I can talk about, I will definitely do a video around it. I'm trying to start planning my videos or my YouTube contents properly, and thanks to Kelechi Mbemena, thumbs up girl, I love you. She has this very amazing YouTube guide that you can use to create your YouTube schedule. I don't know if that's what it's called. So I went ahead to download that template, and it has really been helpful. So I'm trying to see if I can keep up and, you know, get more busy. We're getting into the festive season, so I want to make sure that I have enough videos to put out there, because I know I'm going to be very busy very soon. And yeah, that's basically it. Thank you so much again for watching. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.